Adolf Hitler was born on April 20, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, Austria-Hungary, to Alois Hitler and Clara Pölzl. Alois was a customs official, while Clara was his third wife. Adolf was the fourth of 6 children, and his parents were strict and distant, particularly his father, who frequently beat him. Despite this, Clara was a loving and caring mother, and Adolf adored her. From a young age, Hitler showed an interest in art and wanted to become a painter. However, his father disapproved of this and wanted him to pursue a more stable career. Adolf struggled in school and his relationship with his father continued to deteriorate. He eventually dropped out of school at the age of 16 and moved to Vienna to pursue his dream of becoming an artist. After the war, Hitler joined the German Workers' Party, a nationalist and anti-Semitic political party. He quickly rose through the ranks and eventually became the leader of the party, which he renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party, NSDAP, or Nazi Party. Hitler's powerful oratory skills and charismatic personality attracted a large following, particularly among disillusioned and unemployed Germans. In 1923, Hitler attempted to overthrow the German government in a failed coup known as the Beer Hall Putsch. He was arrested and sentenced to 5 years in prison, during which time he wrote his manifesto, Mein Kampf, outlining his racist and anti-Semitic beliefs. By the early 1930s, Hitler had gained enough support to be appointed Chancellor of Germany in 1933. He quickly consolidated his power and began implementing his radical agenda, which included the persecution of Jews, political opponents, and minority groups. His policies led to the establishment of concentration camps, where millions of people were imprisoned, tortured, and murdered. In 1936, Hitler married Eva Braun, his longtime companion. Their relationship was tumultuous, with Eva often feeling neglected and ignored by Hitler. Despite this, she remained loyal to him until the end. Hitler's hobbies included painting, reading, and watching films, particularly propaganda films that glorified the Nazi regime. He also had a fondness for animals, particularly his German Shepherd, Blondie. Throughout his reign, Hitler was a deeply divisive figure. To his supporters, he was a charismatic leader who promised to restore Germany to its former glory and protect it from perceived enemies. To his enemies, he was a ruthless dictator who committed unspeakable atrocities in the name of racial purity. In 1941, Hitler made the fateful decision to invade the Soviet Union, leading to the deaths of millions of Soviet citizens and soldiers. The war quickly turned against Germany, and by 1945, the Allies had invaded Germany from the west and the Soviet Union from the east. As the Allies closed in on Berlin, Hitler retreated to his bunker beneath the city. On April 30, 1945, as the Soviet army closed in, Hitler and Eva Braun committed suicide by ingesting cyanide. Hitler's body was later cremated, and his ashes scattered in a nearby river. In the end, Hitler's reign of terror left a lasting scar on the world, with the Holocaust standing as a stark reminder of the horrors of his regime. His legacy remains deeply controversial, with some still seeing him as a hero and others as a monster. But one thing is certain: the world will never forget the man who brought about so much destruction and despair.